Hello, welcome to ninth Standard English Medium Social Science classes. In this session, we are going to get the information about our Constitution, subtopic fundamental duties and directive principles of state policy. First, about fundamental duties. Rights and duties are the two faces of the same coin. Rights without duties have no value or significance. There were 10 fundamental duties were included in 4th chapter A part article 51A with the 42nd amendment to the constitution with the 86th amendment in 2002. There are now 11 fundamental duties. Let's come to now we are going to get the information about one by one. To respect the constitution, national flag and national anthem. And second one, to follow the noble ideals that inspired our national struggle for freedom, like truth, non-violence, civil disobedience. These are the noble ideals has inspired us. And the next one, to protect the integrity of India. And the fourth one, to defeat the motherland when called upon to do so. If it is a country, it is in trouble. We are get ready to sacrifice our life to the sake of the nation. To promote the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India and disown those rituals that go against the dignity of women. And the sixth one, to preserve our rich heritage. To protect and development the environment including forests, lakes, reserves and wildlife, and show compassion to animals. And the eighth one, to develop the scientific temper and the spirit of enquiry. And the ninth one, to safeguard public property and to abstain from violence. We have to protect public property and abstain from violence. To strive towards excellence in all shapes of individual and collective activities. And the last 11th one, fundamental duty. The parents or the guardians should provide an opportunity for education to their children from the age of 6 to 14 years. So, these are the 11 fundamental duties. Okay. So let's come to the directive principles of state policy. The concept of directive principles of state policy with an aim to establish a welfare state. Certain directive principles of state policy have been incorporated in the Constitution under fourth part from 36 to 51 articles. These principles serve as guidelines to the state. The framers of our Constitution were inspired by the Irish or Ireland Constitution to include such directive principles. These directive principles are in the form of directions to the central and state governments. Through these, the government intends to provide economic, social, and political justice to its citizens. But these principles are based on ethics. So, if the governments, central or state, do not implement them, they cannot be questioned in a court of law. These principles are socialist and liberal, have been based on Gandhian ideals. Any individual or party that comes to power has to rule keeping these principles as guides. Hence, these called as directive principles. Let's come to the which are the directive principles of state policy. Number 1, to provide adequate means of livelihood to all citizens with the responsibility of the government. Basic facilities. To prevent the community wealth and resources from becoming the private property of few people. The wealth, it should not be concentrated in the hands of few. To provide equal pay for equal work, both men and women, and protect labor welfare. To provide public assistance to those who are old, sick, and weak or helpless. For this, our government has taken providing some of the facilities, allowances, widow allowance, under the Sandhya Suraksha Yojana, those who are crossed 60 years, handicapped allowance, those who are physically disabled peoples, and those who are poor people, providing for them monthly ration. So these are some of the public assistance are providing to the people. To implement a uniform civil code throughout the country. In case of any codes related to civil, it has to be applicable throughout the country. To provide opportunities for the development of health and preschool education to all children below 6 years. preschool like Anganawadi or Shishu Vihara. So these are preschool education. To protect historical monuments and maintain places of historical interest. So which are historical monuments are there and historical interest places are there? Must and should, it's a responsibility of our duty and it's the responsibility of government duty. To separate the executive from the judiciary. And the ninth, to protect international peace and to respect international law. And the 10th one, to establish Grama Panchayats at Grama level must and should. Grama Panchayats are very essential. Local governments. To encourage rural and cottage industries, very important, that is make in India, made in India. So these are even providing the employment opportunities if we are creating such kind of rural and cottage industries. And the 12th one, to organize and develop agriculture and animal husbandry on modern lines. So whatever the occupations are there, either it is a agriculture and animal husbandry, that should be in a modern lines. Advanced technology we have to adapt. And 13th, to ensure prohibition of liquor. It is very important. And the 14th one, to ensure development of framing based scientific methods. So framing, that is agriculture, we have to adapt the scientific methods. So these are considered as the 14 directive principles, are very essential, very important. So these are the directive principles of state policy are important. They aim to achieve social welfare. So this is the dream of Mahatma Gandhi ji. While fundamental rights are related to an individual, the directive principles of state policy relate to whole community. So central and the state governments are making attempts to implement all the principles. These principles aim at holistic development in India. So these are the subtopics of our constitution, directive principles of state policy. So thank you very much, and I will meet once again with you with new lesson. Thank you.